Right, so this is the 404 I've got. If you go look at my previous video, you'll see it. And there's the Honda 354. So both bikes are quite identical in many ways. The engines also very, very similar. There is some change differences between them, but anyway. So the first thing I have to do is the forks on the 404. These are actually belong in the 350, and the 350's forks, they belong in the 400. So for whatever reasons they've been switched around, so I need to change them around. I'll also have to pay attention what else. I'll check if the rims are correct for the 400 and for the 350. The 350 actually gets tin over this section of the fork, hence the recess over there. And then the 400 do not have the tins, but that sometimes has just the dust seals, or otherwise sometimes they may have the little rubber boots that go over there. So I will be changing those two around before putting the motor in here. Then I have to just pay attention to anything else that needs to be done. The forks are a bit rusty at the top here, which is a pity. The bottom section actually looks quite nice. I'll give it a gentle polish. The top piece here, I'll stick it into my vapor blaster and I will clean it. And the fork tubes themselves, I will stick them in my vapor blaster to clean them up, and I may actually polish them up just to make it look nice. Same goes for the ones in the 350. The exhaust in the 350, it also belongs to the 400. The 404s had these 4-into-1 pipes. The 354s had 1-into-1 basically, so four exhausts coming out the back. What my actual plan of these bikes is, I still have to kind of figure that out. I was originally thinking completely restoring them, but there's quite a lot of bits and pieces that were missing and so on. So I'm thinking more to the lines now of doing a type of resto mod. So in other words, original but modernized, if that makes sense. But whatever I do, I will not cut anything or make any changes that can't be reversed. So if I find the correct parts for them along the way, here and there, that I can always interchange the correct parts for the original parts. This is what the comparison of these two forks after I vapor blasted them in my cabinet. Those parts came out nice. So that's as it looked original. That's as it came out after vapor blasting in my own cabinet. You can see the difference quite clearly there. The two forks is obviously untouched, and this one I've done. So you can see here you got all that surface rust in the top section. Over here it actually cleaned it quite nicely. And then going down further, once again, if you actually look at the old one, what it looks like, and then the one that's been blasted. So it's a whole lot better now. Same for the other side. It looks very nice down at the bottom here. Everything's so nice and clean, but obviously here the clear coats come off. So I pretty much got three options. One is leave them as they are now. It looks quite nice. Obviously with bringing the camera up close by it, you can see all the little imperfections still. But if I look far away, they actually look, it looks quite nice. So there's the old one and the new one. Second option is attempt to polish it up. I'm not sure if I should polish it up. I mean, they're not polished in the bikes. So polishing it up opens a whole new can of worms, how it's going to look. And then obviously the third option is just to paint it silver, which is the easiest option. and it will look pretty perfect. Then I'm going to spend a bit of time and a bit of research on these bikes a bit more and see what is the best way forward. Maybe the best option would be to actually try clear coat this, just a plain clear coat. It might actually give it a nice finish. So if anyone's got some advice there, let me know. Maybe there's a type of mild acid I can apply to it which would actually clean it up. I'll give it some thought. Anyway, that's that for now. So I've changed the forks over now. There's the 404, it's got the correct fork on it. And the 354 has got the correct fork on it now too. All looking nice. As you can see, I've vapor blasted the stuff. I must say I'm quite happy with how it came out. It wasn't easy work though. It was a lot of hard work. I'm thinking I may just give it a clear coat now just to protect it, but I won't be doing that at this stage. I'll leave it for now. I think the reason why these fork tubes were actually quite difficult was because the forks are actually, the bottom tubes, they're anodized, and the anodizing is extremely hard coating, if you can call it that, or process that makes the aluminium extremely hard. So, but they're looking good. I'm quite happy with how they came out. So yeah. Okay, so now that the forks are back on, I'm going to end this video here. My next video will be the motor that I have to put inside the frame. So that will be the next video. There's some things on the forks that still needs to be finished off. I need to get, I've only got one set of brake calipers, which was currently mounted in the 350. I'll have to get a second one. They're both identical. Hopefully I can find one, and then that will go on the bike. But the forks are fine otherwise. Like I mentioned, I need to get the tubes that come over here. This is the 350, so it gets a tube there. The 450 doesn't get boots. The dust covers are already on it. I did look at the parts diagram, so that's all correct for this bike. But yeah, motor's next. Anyway, cheers, thanks for watching. Please feel free to give me a thumbs up or something if you like, or subscribe, but I appreciate it. Cheers.